All right, class, you may put away everything in your desk and come on up and join me on the carpet in your assigned carpet spot. Let's see how quickly and quietly we can do this. Go ahead. Wow, I really like how quick Bob came down to the carpet. I love how Tequila is showing me that she's ready. I see Dan's eyes. Wonderful. All right, class, we are going to transition into reading. And today we're going to do a little special type of reading. We are going to be reading some informational text. What is informational text? Let's think. Think. What is that? Does anyone have any ideas? If you have an idea, please put your hand on your head. What do you think an informational text is, Carly? An informational text is about something. I agree. If you agree that an informational text tells us information about something, put your hand on your nose. Yes, an informational text tells us about something. It's where we learn something about something. It tells us facts. All right. We just talked about fiction and nonfiction books. What's the difference? What is the difference? Please talk to your sharing partners that we use when we come down to carpet. Please turn and talk to them for about 30 seconds. What is a nonfiction book and what is a fiction book? Go ahead and talk. All right, thank you. I heard some great conversations. What is a fiction book? Jill? Yes, a fiction book is a story about something. It's usually make-believe. You're right. Could someone give me an example of a fiction book? I heard someone say Cinderella. Yes, Cinderella would be an example of a fiction book. It's a make-believe story. Could someone tell me an example? Well, first, how about someone tells me, what is a nonfiction book? If a fiction book is a made-up story, what's a nonfiction book? Yes? John? A nonfiction book is an informational book. You're right. It's a book that tells us facts. So today we're going to be talking about informational books that are also nonfiction books. All right, here's the test. I have some books with me. I need you to, here's the deal. Nonfiction, thumbs up. Fiction, thumbs down. So, nonfiction, thumbs up. The dog. Why are dogs' noses wet? Looks like I see some headings. I see some bold print words. What do you think? Nonfiction, thumbs up. Fiction, thumbs down. I see a lot of thumbs up. You're right. It's a nonfiction book. It's telling us facts. We see how there are some headings we talked about before, some different features of this. How about this one? There's a locket in my pocket. Fiction, thumbs up. Or nonfiction, thumbs up. Fiction, thumbs down. I see a thumbs down. Why did you put a thumbs down, Jordan? Yes, because it's a make-believe story. This is a story. It's a fun story to read, but is it telling us facts? Are we learning about something? No. So this is a fiction book. So we have fiction, nonfiction. How about, what is a bear? Ooh, I see real photographs. I see some more of that bold print, headings. Looks like some definitions, some facts. Nonfiction, thumbs up. Fiction, thumbs down. We all agree? Nonfiction, yes. It tells us facts. All right, last one. How about snakes? Fiction or nonfiction? Nonfiction, thumbs up. Fiction, thumbs down. Yes, Ms. Schultz can't trick you. This is a nonfiction book because it tells us some facts. Ms. Schultz doesn't love snakes, so this is a nonfiction book. And maybe some of you will read this and be able to find some facts out of it. Very cool. Okay. Well, today we're going to be talking about informational text and picking out some key details. Our I can statement for today is let's read this all together. I can read informational text, that's what these are, and can retell key details about it. So you might think, Ms. Schultz, what does that mean? That means today, by the end of this lesson, you're going to be able to read these, which you've done this before, you've read these informational texts, but we're really going to pick out some important details inside. We want to be able to give some key facts. So when someone says, Michaela, what did you read about today? And you could say, I read about snakes, and I can tell you 3 things about them. They have scales, they slither around the ground, and they eat mice. Those would be 3 things. So that's what we're really going to focus on today. And I'm excited. And this will be fun because you'll be able to go home and tell mom or dad or brother or sister something that you learned today about a book that you read. It's going to be awesome. Okay. So, we are going to practice today when we're reading our science book of weather and seasons. We've been talking in our theme time about weather and seasons and different things. So we are going to read this today and practice using a skill with our sticky notes to underline or to sticky note the most important things that we read about. So as I read this to you aloud, I want you to be thinking, what is the most important details of this? What are some things that I want to remember? Something that tells me a fact or information. All right, I'll show you how this is going to work. And why are we doing this? Why are we using sticky notes to do it? Because what we're going to do is when we find a fact, Ms. Schultz is going to stick a sticky note right on the fact. And then when we get to the end of the story, to help us remember what we read, we can go back and look where we put a sticky note. Because we're only going to put a sticky note on the most important things. Are we going to put a sticky note on every page? No. Sometimes maybe we have 2 sticky notes on a page? Yes. We're only going to put the sticky notes on the most important things that we would want to remember. So, let's start with this. So this is the unit theme of weather and seasons of science. All right, my friends. So we're going to start with, what can the wind move? We've talked about this before. The wind can move things. Right. There we go. The wind can move things. Wind can be strong or weak. Oh, that's interesting. Does anyone see anything that's important, something that we would want to remember? Yes, Johnny? I'm going to actually put this right down here. What can you think? What do you think? Wind can be strong or weak. Yes, that's an important fact. Therefore, I am going to put my sticky note right at the edge of the page down here, because that way when I'm done reading, I can come back and see what I thought was important. All right, let's read this all together one more time. The wind can move things. Next page, I would like to hear everyone all together. Wind can be strong or weak. I loved how I heard everyone, and we said that that is something important, a fact. It tells me something about wind. Very good. Okay. How can weather change? Weather can change from day to day. Weather can change during the day too. How has the weather changed here? How has the weather changed here? Jeremy, how has the weather changed? Oh yeah, it was really nice and he was out playing. And then what happened? It started to storm. How could you tell that? By the pictures. The pictures do tell us that. And also the words, right? It says the weather can change during the day too. So it changed and it looks like the little boy's going inside. Pictures can tell us a lot. Does anyone see anything that we should put a sticky note on this page? Or these pages? Weather can change from day to day. Yeah, why do you think that's important? Because it's a fact. It's something that's real. I agree. Okay, so I'm going to put a sticky note on this page. Very good. Very, very good. Why learn about weather? Oh, what went wrong? What's wrong with this picture? Yeah, there's an umbrella here with the sun. And what's going on over here? It's raining at the beach. And put your hand on your head if you've ever been to the beach when it's been raining. Yes, Miss Schultz has too. It's not as fun. Is there anything on this page that we want to put a sticky note on? Do you think? No, there's nothing really important about this page. Is it important to read it? Yes. But is there anything that we need to remember? No. So we don't need to put a sticky note. And on some pages, you're not going to put a sticky note. Okay. How are the seasons different? Winter, spring, summer, fall. Each season brings different weather. What type of weather do we have in the winter? Yes, snow, good. What do we have in the spring? Usually the sun comes out, the flowers start growing. You're right. What about the summer? Jeremiah? Yes, it's hot and sunshiny. You're right. And then what about the fall? Yes, it starts getting cooler. Yeah, we can carve pumpkins. What falls to the ground? The leaves fall. Very good. So you know a lot about seasons. And we've been talking a lot about it in our units. So even though you might know a lot about these things, is there anything that you think that we should sticky note? Yes, each season brings different weather. That's important. Now, do we sometimes know more information than what's even listed? Yes. Did it tell me what the weather was like in winter, or did it show me a picture? It just showed me a picture that I knew some things. But here's a fact. Each season brings different weather. So I'm going to sticky note that page. What season comes next? Oh, eyes up here, please. Thank you. I love seeing all your eyes. What season comes next? Spring comes after winter. Winter comes after fall. Summer comes after spring. And fall comes after summer. This is a good page for all of us to read together. Let's hear everyone all together sitting on your bottoms, please. Thank you. Here we go. Spring comes after winter. Winter comes after fall. Summer comes after